Dear students, welcome to Math4U. Today we are going to discuss about factorization. This is a chapter from grade 8. So before going into factorization, let's see what are factors. So factors, when we talk about factors in algebraic expression, you can say that when an algebraic expression can be written as the product of two or more expressions, then each of these expressions are called a factor of the given expression. What does it mean? Let's talk about numbers first. We have here 30. So how can we write 30 as a factors? So can we say 5 and 6 are the factors of 30? So can we write it as 5 into 6 and it's multiplied with 1? That means 1 is a factor of every term, right? Or number. So we can say that 5 multiplied with 6 multiplied with 1, we will get 30. So same like that, if I'm taking the term 5xy, can we write as 5xy and 1 are the factors of this one? Yes. That means when you multiply these together, you will get the expression, right? So these are the factors. So let's see what is factorization. So factorization, the process of finding two or more expressions whose product is a given expression is called factorization. So when we are getting an expression and we are writing it as a factor form, when we multiply these factors together, you will get back the expression. So as in this case, you can see when you multiply all the factors, we are going back to the expression. Clear? So in fact, what we can say, we can conclude that factorization is the reverse process of multiplication. Is that correct? Yes. So now there are different ways of factorization. There are different methods. So first one, let's go with common factors. That means the method of common factors. That means find out the common factor and then do the factorization. So common factors. So how can we take out the common factors and how can we do it? So let's see an example. As an example, let's see 2x plus 4. Okay. So how can we take out the common factor? 2x, the factors of 2x are 2 and x, right? 2 into x will give you 2x. Then 4, can we write the factors as 2 and 2? So we can see here the factors from these two, which is what is the HCF? 2, right? So we are taking that HCF out, or we can say that the two common factor we are taking out. What is left over? That is x from the first term, and from the second term is 4, and from that you will get what? 2. So can we write like this? The factors of this one are 2 outside the bracket, then x plus 2. Clear? Let's see another one example. So 12 a square b plus 15 ab squared. So first we can do the factorization of each term, that is 12 a square b. How can we do the factorization? What are the factors of 12? Can we write it as 2 multiplied with 3 multiplied with 2? We will get it as 12, and a square, can we write it as a into a, and there is one b as well, right? So these are these numbers, or these when we multiply together, you will get 12 and a square b, right? Same like that, how can we write 15 ab square? Okay, the factors are 3, 5, a and b 2 times, right? So we can write it as 3 multiplied with 5 multiplied with a, then b should be multiplied 2 times. Now we are going to find out the common factor, or we can say that we are going to find out the HCF, right? So is there any HCF from this? You can see that 3 are common for both. So I'm writing that 3 over here. You can see one a over here, a. Can we say b also? Yes, b is there. So I wrote that b. 2 is not there in 15 ab square, right? 5 is not there in 12 a square b. And so we can say that here only 3 ab is there. So what is left in 12 is square b. So here 1 2, here 1 2, and 1 a is there. So we can say 2 multiplied with 2 is 4, then a, then this plus you have to write over here, and then from 15ab square you can see that 5 and b is left over, right? So I'm writing that 5b over here. So this is how you can do as taking the common factor. So this is the first method by taking the common factor. So let's move with the next one, that is regrouping terms. Factorization by regrouping the terms. So let's see example for this one. 2mn plus 2n plus 3m plus 3. So first, as we know, we have to find out the factors, and when we multiply together that we will get each term, right? So 2mn, we can write it as 2 multiplied with m multiplied with n. The factors I multiplied together plus 2n, the factors are 2 and n. So we are multiplying 2 into n plus 3m, the factors are 3 and m, and 3, the factors are 3 and 1. So you know that all these terms will have 1 as factor. We can write this here also multiplied with 1, here also multiplied with 1, and here also, right? It's hidden. I have explained it before as well. So you can see here from all these which is the number or the term or which is the variable, we can take it as common. So let's see. So from here, when we group these two, we can say that 2 multiplied with m multiplied with n multiplied with 1 plus 2 multiplied with n multiplied with 1. What we can take as common? So you can see here is 2, here also 2. Is there m here? No, but we can see that n is there. Okay, and 1 also is common. So we are taking 2n as common, and what is left over in the first one, I mean the first term, you know that m is left over. For the second term, what is left over? You have taken already 2n as common, so left over is 1. Clear? So we can say that m plus 1. From the next two we have grouped together, and what we can take as common? So you can see here 3 is common, m is not there, right? And 1, we can say if we take 3 as common, what will be left over here? So you can see that here m is there, m into 1 is m, plus 3 you had taken. So what you can say inside the bracket? If 3 you have taken from here, I will write over here 3m plus 3, right? And we wrote it as 3 into m plus 3 into 1. And these 2 3's we have taken out. So what is left over? M from here, and here what we can see? 1 plus 1. So we can say that m plus 1 will be inside the bracket. So wherever you are getting such kind of questions, you have to think 1 is the factor over there which is hidden. Clear? So let's move on. So now first we have grouped and we got like this. Again we are going to do regrouping. What does it mean? So here you can see what is common over here, m plus 1. These brackets are common for both the terms, right? So I'm going to take that m plus 1 as common, and what will come inside the bracket? Once we have taken this m plus 1 outside the bracket, what will come inside the bracket? Yes, I already explained to you that if we have taken that out, what is left over, you have to write it together inside the bracket. That means 2n plus 3. So what is the factorized form? You can see that m plus 1 multiplied with 2n plus 3. So what is the next question? Let's see another one example here. xy minus pq plus qy minus px. So here you can see that we have to first do the grouping, then we are doing the regrouping, right? So which all terms having any of the variable common, you can take that as in grouping together, right? So you can see here xy and pq, if we are taking these two, nothing is common, right? And for this also, but if we are taking the first term and the last term together, how it will be? Let me write it. Xy minus, here the sign you have to check, minus px. Here what is the sign? Minus pq plus qy. Right. So now let's see what can we do here. So these two we are going to group it, right? So we have grouped it. So what is common? Let's write down that one. Okay, so from these two, xy means x multiplied with y, minus px is the factors are p and x, so p multiplied with x. As I told, 1 is there always as a factor, so I'm taking this x outside the bracket. So in the first term, what is left over? Y. In the second term, we have minus p, right? So from these two, what we can take as common? So you can see p is not there in both. Is there q? Y is not there, but q is there as common. So I am going to take which q, I'm going to take a plus q over here. So if I take plus q, what will be left over? Minus p. Always check the sign. You have to take the sign also along with what we are taking inside the bracket. So minus p plus y. Y is left over here, right? So you can see here, we got the first bracket as y minus p, but the second bracket is minus p plus 1. Both are same only. We can arrange it in a proper way. How can we arrange it in a proper way? Y minus p plus q. Can we write it as y minus p? Both are same, right? So now you can see these are same, right? So we can regroup it again. How can we do it? Y minus p we can take as common, and what is left over we will put it in together in one bracket, right? So what is the leftover here? X, and here plus q. So x plus q. So what we got as the final answer for the factorization of this question? Y minus p multiplied with x plus q. Clear? So now let's see another one example. The question is the third one, negative 4a square plus 4ab minus 4ce. So as we have seen before, we are going to write the factorized form, that is multiplied in multiplied way. So negative 4a square, I told you negative 1 will be there as a factor, then 2. For a square, the factors are a and a, right? Plus, again, 4ab, you can write it as 2 into 2 multiplied with a and b, right? So here it is negative 4ac. Negative, you should not neglect that. You should write that also. So negative 1 is one factor, then 2, 2ca. So now what we are going to do, we are going to take what is common over here. So clearly you can see that 2 multiplied with 2 is everywhere, right? So we are taking that 2 multiplied with 2, that is 4. Then again, is there any a everywhere? So here it is there, here also there, and here. So you can see that nothing else is common here, right? One more a is there, but there is no another a here. So b is here, but there is no b over in the first term. So what we can take is 4a we have taken as common. So here I have circled here a from all the terms so that you can understand what we have taken as common. Okay, so now you can see that what is coming inside the bracket. So what will come inside the bracket in the first term? So minus 1 is there and a. So minus 1 multiplied with a is minus a. Then here you have only b. So plus b. Here can you see that there is one negative 1 and c. So negative 1 multiplied with c is negative c. So what you got as the factor? So 4a multiplied with minus a plus b minus c. So this is the factorized form of this question. I hope you are clear with both the ways. First is by taking the common factor, and the next is by regrouping. Next, we will learn how can we do the factorization by using identities. Okay, that will come up with next classes. Thank you.